Welcome back, everyone. This is Akanar here with more Elden Ring. And today, I think it's finally time for us to really start sinking our teeth into the Altus Plateau. It's been a long time since we did our whirlwind tour, getting a quick glimpse of some of the locations, at least a sliver of the outskirts of the capital. And there just is so much to do, I can only imagine, in the Altus Plateau. And we now have the ability, I think, to ride a grand lift and have the proper entrance into that zone. So why don't we do that? Why don't we get started with that in just a moment, as we're going to start with our not a very extended version of housekeeping. It's going to be a very brief version of housekeeping because we're going to upgrade a new weapon. We're going to upgrade this. We're going to upgrade, if I can remember the name here, it has Gargoyle in the name. That much I do remember. The Gargoyle's Black Blade. I was looking through some of these different weapons that we've got. We've got quite a few options that sort of naturally scale with both strength and faith, which is where our build has been heading. And this is one of them. This is the most recent one that we picked up, and I really, really was liking the Corpse Wax Cutter ability. And I'm also very intrigued by this idea that a Black Blade and the whole fight with the Black Blade Kindred was actually imbued with holy magic. There's an aesthetic there that's very appealing to me. It feels very counterintuitive, which is maybe why I'm drawn to it. So we're going to upgrade this weapon. We've got actually quite a stockpile of the lower level of Somber Smithing Stones, so why don't we spend some of those? We have 40 level 2. Oh my god. Why do we have so many of level 2 but none of level 1? What's up with that? I must not be in the lower level areas enough to get the level 1s or something. I don't know how they're spaced out in the progression of the game, but you know, our progression is what it is. It's a unique progression indeed. We're gonna wait to go to a +6 on this because I don't know for sure that I'm going to be in love with this weapon, and that's why I always hedge my bets when it comes to upgrading weapons. But this is I think a good weapon for us to it feels right maybe to have a slightly something a little different, as it also goes with our outfit pretty well, you know. There's that Fashion Souls consideration. But let's go ahead and head to... it might be fitting, I was going to say, it might be fitting to be really doing a new zone properly along with a new weapon. Maybe. The question is, do I want to start at the Grand Lift, or do I want to start by getting the map? We know where the map is because we've already done our little preview of the place, and I'm sure many of you were like, why not just get the map? It's not how I do things, of course. I gotta do things differently. Let's ride the lift. I want to ride this Grand Lift and see what it's all about. Yo, was it raining here before? Raining inside the Grand Lift? Is there like there must be an opening up to... I don't think we haven't been in here that many times, but I don't remember being in here where we had rain falling down. That seems unexpected. But I guess the Grand Lift would have to open up into some sort of... There's not going to be a ceiling, a completely closed ceiling at least, on this place. Okay. Are we riding the Grand Lift? We hoist the medallion. Are we going to get a cool cutscene and everything? We do get a cool cutscene. Awesome. Look at the Erdtrees on the shields and those super sick halberds. Uh-oh. I like the matching golden gemstones there. The one on our medallion and the one on the two. Are these tree sentinels? We going up? Big time loading going on here. And then they rotate right back into their cross guard position. And there we have it. We have been here once before, I believe. I'm not sure if we rode... We might have ridden around this, this little... This is the Grand Lift structure. And we rode around enough to be able to see these two Guardian Golems that we decided not to tussle with at that time. Will we tussle with them now? We must tussle with them, correct? How strong will they be? Hopefully not nearly as strong as the magic Guardian Golem that we faced. Oh yeah, nope, not nearly as strong. I meant to do a jump attack there. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. These golems are much more our speed. And our Black Blade does more than enough against you guys. But also, I would expect us here in the Altus Plateau. This feels like a zone, maybe similar to Angel River, where the game might have expected us to have been here some time ago. The Dragon Barrow, in the grand scheme of things, may have been smarter to leave for much later. But you can accuse me of many things. Being smart about video game progression is not going to be at the top of that list. We are here, though, in the Altus Plateau. Look at this scene. As so many in Elden Ring have been, it is a gorgeous scene. I'm still curious to learn more about what exactly, if there is any lore to be had about these sort of phantom projections, these banners strewn about. They are unique, or they feel unique compared to so many other... We've seen, obviously, many of the Carian Knights and those projections. That's a golden sunflower. That was a golden sunflower just sitting here. I think I sort of realized it as soon as I was in the process of picking it up. It occurred to me that, you know, that sunflower looks a lot... It doesn't look so tarnished. I think that's our first golden sunflower. It says it's found near minor Erdtrees. This one may have lost its way a bit, because I don't think we're near... Well, we're not near any minor Erdtrees, but we are near the Erdtree. At the foot of the Erdtree, they retain their color along with a powerful holy essence. So it could be minor Erdtrees that are close to the Erdtree. And we just, you know, they gave us one here by the Grand Lift to say, hey, you know what? If you were looking for golden sunflowers, you're getting warmer. And over here, it looks like, I don't think we might have looked at this before, but I'm presuming that this is Mount Gelmir to the northwest. All right, let's start digging into everything, or digging into what we can find. Just start actually. When I was here before, it was just like skim, sweep on through as quickly as possible. Now we're gonna start with what we normally try to do, which is find all the things, and maybe have some silly science deaths in the process. Not that we intend those to happen all the time. Sometimes they're intentional. Sometimes they are expected. I did see an Everjail down here. We could get started with an Everjail. But you know what we should do, actually? The first thing we should do was the thing that I was contemplating doing moments ago. Moments earlier, I was debating between riding the Grand Lift and heading to get the map. Ooh, artillery leaf. And so why don't we do both? We have now done half of that equation. We've ridden the Grand Lift. Why not get the map. And I think, because I think it is only a very short little jaunt down this dilapidated highway. The highway that has seen better days. The infrastructure budget. Oh my god. Beautiful. This is a sunrise that we have not seen yet. A sunrise near the Erdtree over the capital. Good lord. Gorgeous this game is. But the infrastructure budget here in the land... That's a Knight's Cavalry. Will we have time before the sun rises to take on a Knight's Cavalry? The infrastructure budget in Leyendell, or the land of Leyendell, has seen better days. Or it has run a little bit thin. Okay, this Knight's Cavalry is about what I would have expected in terms of strength. So we even with our new weapon here that we're getting used to, it is a greatsword, and I do have experience with greatswords from previous Dark Souls games. I wanted to do a guard counter there, but I did not press actually L2. Somewhere in there was supposed to be a guard counter. We're actually building up blood loss here pretty substantially, so let's be careful. I should have drank my flask of Wondrous Physic. Let's take the opportunity to do that. I have Respect the Wondrous Physic to Faith and Holy, which seems like the best combination to have with this sword. We're about to dismount this motherfucker. Drink. Charge. And kill. You are out of here. And we got 13k. Not bad. Okay, so... Whoa. Yo. We get an Ash of War shared order. Okay, I thought my brain interpreted that at first as Sacred Order. It is not Sacred Order. It is Shared Order. We have a brand new Ash of War, which may be right up our alley. Okay, well, what great timing. What great timing to... oh, I forgot about this guy with the bow, who we've seen before. What great timing to head to the Altus Plateau just before the sunrise here, and take out the Knight's Cavalry at the very last second, and get a sweet new Ash of War in the process. What does this do? Shared Order. It is skill of the Golden Order Fundamentalist Knights. Rest in peace, D. Hopefully we catch up with your twin. Grant the armament and those of nearby allies Holy Essence. Highly effective against those who live in death. Usable on all melee armaments. I want to say that I was looking through my weapons before I started recording, and I was reminded about a weapon that we've had for some time. This tree spear. See, this is slightly different. I read this just literally minutes before hitting the record button. And I thought, you know, this would be a cool weapon to try out. We just need 2 more dexterity, so I think I'll level into dexterity because we also have another weapon that I don't remember at the moment. I think it was maybe it was the legendary sword that we got in, I don't remember where, but it has, I can go to it. I can actually scroll to the weapon instead of trying to fumble around inside of my mind for the thing that I'm thinking of. But it was one of these. This is a great distraction here that I'm getting caught on. We are wielding, at the moment, the Gargoyle's Blackblade, but there was also this... Oh my god, why am I so bad at this? Why am I feel like they were very close to each other. This one, the Godslayer's Greatsword. Yes, we took down the Godskin Apostle, and this was what we were rewarded with. We just need the 2 more dexterity for this, as well as the Tree Spear, so I think we'll be leveling dexterity. But this is Sacred Order. which is slightly different from shared order. It looks like it's probably the same effect, except you get to apply it to your allies, which we love doing. We love applying trickle heals to our allies, and why not give them the skill of the Golden Order fundamentalists as well. So this is a nice option when we are facing off against the Skelly boys. Cool. I will want to try that at some point. Right now, let's just say hi to our buddy Bach. It's been a while.
Bach the seamster, at your service, master. Ready to make adjustments to your garments.
Oh, I know. You talk a big game, but you're never really able to alter our garments, are you? Maybe that's why you have a new text or a dialogue option here? What are you sorry about? I'm going to quickly check the alter garments. Interesting. There are actually quite a few more alterations now to be had. So we could do... I think we've seen the Karian Knight armor before. This one we're actually making it a little bit worse. It seems like most of these alterations involve either removing or granting a cape, right? You're either putting on or taking off the cape, and that subsequently adds to or removes from your weight / damage negation. All these already have capes. So it's like, you want to take your cape off and look less cool and take more damage? No. I'm going to pass. Okay, Bach, I know you're trying to help. What are you sorry about?
Master, my apologies. Your wardrobe includes the garb of the old demigods, and I'm afraid I can't make adjustments to them. My mum told me once that a royal seamster would do them up in a jiffy. Just wait, master. Before long, I'll be that good too.
Aha! There's the gold sewing needle prompt. Cool. We've had this for a long time, and I had pretty much forgotten about it. Before I give that to him, I want...
Going so soon? Please do be...
I want to check myself and see, was this... I had forgotten the idea that maybe we had picked up some demigod attire. And maybe we are, in fact, right now, this instant, wearing demigod attire? Question mark? We do have the ability to do the exact same thing that I was just talking about. Yet, does this cost me money? It does cost me runes. I mean, 500 runes is not that much, but I don't want to take off the cape. I don't want to take off the cape. The ability to take off your super cool Radahn's cape. No. No, not worth. Maybe it would be worth if we were like, if we somehow were just on the edge of medium versus heavy load. But we're not.
Bach the seamster, at your service, ready to make...
So really, we're just giving the golden sewing needle to Bach to make him feel better. But you know what? We could have worse motives.
Is that a gift from my undeserving self? Thank you kindly. But what on earth could it... Oh, amazing. I've never seen a golden needle. Not in all my life. With a spectacular royal crest to boot. Are you certain that this is for me? Oh, I can hardly believe it. Have faith in me, master. I'll polish my craft enough that I deserve this golden gift. I'll be the golden seamster, Bach. Now I'll be able to sew anything. Even the threads of the demigods.
Oh my gosh, we have 2 more dialogue options that have opened up. This is part of what I was hoping for in coming to the Altus Plateau. Not necessarily dialogue from Bach, but more substantial progress in the overall lore or the central characters in the game. Bach doesn't count as a central character, but it's, you know, maybe a shade of things to come. The fact that we are unlocking new dialogue with characters. Okay, so I have a favor to ask, and surely she'd be happy for you. Talking about Mum. I have a favor to ask.
Master, may I ask you something? Would you mind if I called you Lord? I heard that you and the other Tarnished seek the throne of the Elden Lord. Well, I know that you will be the one, and you'd make just the manner of kind-hearted lord that I'd wish for. So please, if you would, allow me to call you Lord.
Huh. You know, this is not normally my personality. You know, when somebody is, I don't, I usually am a little embarrassed by very kind comments, but we're playing a video game here, and, we're also not yet Elden Lord, though, so I'm not sure if it fits, even in the case that we are talking about. But you know what? If it makes you feel better, Bach, I think it probably would. Let's not deny him the simple pleasure.
You don't say. Thank you. Thank you. My lord, my lord, my lord. Please become Elden Lord. And please let I, Bok the Seamster, remain at your side.
Oh, and we get a gesture. My lord. I sort of agreed to let you call me Lord. My lord, my lord, my lord. I'm not sure that's what I signed up for. Okay, this is fun. Surely she'd be happy for you. Mum, if only she could see where you're at now.
Do you think that Mum would be pleased if she knew that I'm as good as any royal seamster now? Oh, it's still not enough. I need to learn how to sew from scratch like her.
Yeah, be very careful. Be very careful, my dude, about getting sucked into that mental trap of it's never enough. Don't tell yourself that. Just do what you have in your capability and let that be good enough. Do what you can in a day and be done with it. And for us, though...
Going already, my lord.
Oh, he's really...
Please do be safe on your journeys.
Okay. My lord, we're never going to live that one down, are we? Okay. You know, Bach is... I like Bach. I have some fun. We have a little banter back and forth, but Bach is a cool dude. Look what we've also opened up. A Melina dialogue option. You know, I have really missed our little interactions with Melina. That is the one downside of spending so much time in places like Caelid and Ainsel River and Dragon Barrow. We haven't got to see our lovely maiden. And I don't remember exactly what we had agreed upon to call Melina, but let's talk to Melina. It's been too long.
Your seamster, Bok. I see him crying from time to time.
Oh no.
I think he misses his mother. He wants someone to tell him he's beautiful. Does being born of a mother mean one behaves in such a manner?
Huh? Wow, that was some perhaps hasty psychoanalysis there. He just wants to be called beautiful. You know what? You might be right. You might be onto something, Melina. Okay, not the dialogue that I was expecting. But hey, Bach just wants to be told he's beautiful. Okay, Melina, hopefully we will be seeing more of you. More of you as we progress here in the Altus Plateau. Where is it at here? Bach, you beautiful bastard. There are some pretty great poses, I have to say. The gesture game in Elden Ring is top notch. It may be underutilized by me, but it is definitely, they definitely put the work in. Okay, where to? The map. That's where. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a fun episode, folks. How easily distractible will I be? There is a ghost up here that we need to check. We need to check with this ghost after we grab our very important Golden Rune 1. And then we need to head for the map. We'll head for the map first, and then we will come back to check with the ghost. I'm intentionally not sprinting with Torrent because I am Oh, I think I know you. I was intentionally not sprinting with Torrent because I just wanted to take some time and soak everything in. Also, did we get the golden seed there at that sapling? We'll check that. Man, there are so many things to check. This is fun. Yo, it's Corin. It's our dude, Corin. Pay no attention to the Z fighting on his chest. Don't look at it. What exactly is this thing that is connected to? We know he likes to wear the wheel around his neck. Although I don't. It's different from the. It's reminiscent of what the soldiers, not the soldiers, but the commoners back at the castle wear. Let's just find it real quick. This guy, the commoner simple guard. It's reminiscent of that. The board hung from the neck depicts a sprawling tree, its roots and branches forming two holes. This is a self-imposed shackle. Right, that's the idea, is that there's a self-imposed shackle, a voluntary display of allegiance to the Erdtree that increases faith. Is that also what's going on here with Corin? But I was also thinking, did I never notice that you have a cowbell attached to this thing? I don't think so. He does have a bell. He has some sort of bell in his lowly faith demonstrating attire. Corin, what's up, my dude?
Ah, look who we have here. How delightful to meet a familiar face, even after departing the Round Table Hold. I've been doing some learning of my own since then, actually, and will happily pass it along to you.
Awesome! Except, I think we already learned everything from you, didn't we? No, that's what he just said, is he's picked up some new stuff. Awesome, there's our lightning damage negation. Perfect. And we have a great heal. Greatly heals self and nearby allies. The only heal, yeah, the urgent heal doesn't heal the allies, but both heal and great heal do. Cool, let's pick those up. We got the runes, let's grab them. And then I don't know if that may automatically progress things with him. If it's going to be some sort of trek that he's on where we're meeting him at various locations. That's kind of a cool character progression, vendor progression. He apparently has learned something about the noble gold mask, though. What you got for me?
I'm yet to find the noble gold mask. I suppose he'll be closer to the Erdtree. The path ahead might be perilous, but tread it I shall. Since departing the Round Table Hold, I've come to understand, in my solitude, how little it is I truly know. I'm yet to find. I suppose the path ahead might be perilous. Since departing the Round Table Hold, how little it is
It's part of growing up, you know, Brother Corin. This is part of growing as a person, is just every day understanding more and more. You don't know jack shit.
May the Golden Order shine through you.
Okay, I'm curious now. We may do like a sit at the site of grace to see if he will move on now that we have purchased all of his stuff. But first, we have to get a map. Altus Plateau. Ooh. Oh, you know what I just noticed? I don't think I ever noticed this before, but there was the text on this domain. Is that what it's called here? Hold on. Quickly going to check. It's not part of info, it's part of key items. Key items, I believe, way back to episode 1, if I recall correctly. And not knowing how to pronounce what I think is now, what I think I know now to be domain. The domain of Limgrave. I think that's what this little structure here is called. I could be wrong. I'm not an expert on these things. But this, the text on it, was glowing. And then it sort of like, it lit up a little bit more and then it died out. I'd never noticed that before. Cool little detail. As so many details there are in this game, I was noticing as I was strolling up to Brother Corin, the little stone tiles have the Golden Order symbol. Isn't that the same as the thing that we picked up here with the, it might actually be different. The little circles in the image here for the shared order, there's 3 of them, and they're like mixed with a triangle. This one looks like it has 4 circles. There's some minor variations in these things. They feel like so many of these inscriptions feel related, but there are some minor variations that do make them unique from each other. Maybe important, maybe not. My mind likes to fixate on some detail. It definitely fixates on details. Some of those details turn out to be very crucial. Others are discardable. The map. Map time. We'll read the map as well. Actually, let's do that first. Let's read the map first. As well as we can check out our new incantations. Things are happening, folks. And I'm happy. Do you see the smile on my face? This is fun. Map of Altus Plateau and environs. The Altus Plateau, where the Erdtree's base can be found, contains the royal capital of Leyndell to the east and Mount Gelmir to the west. Scars from the shattering remain apparent to this day. I wonder where the shattering started. Would it have started here? Does that make sense? It probably makes sense that it would have started here. If we're thinking of the shattering as this massive war between demigods that happened in the wake of the Elden Ring being broken. We still don't know why the Elden Ring was broken, but my going theory, we may review this in a little more detail, like if we review the story trailer at some point and the opening cutscene. But my going theory is that it was Marika and Radagon together that broke the Elden Ring. That's what I think we see in the opening cutscene. I had thought some crazy theory about Marika transforming into a dude or something like that. But I think we have like a tag team, Marika and Radagon working together to break the Elden Ring. But why did they do that? If my theory is correct. Why did they do that? But the scars from the shattering remain apparent to this day. The shattering has scarred many parts of the lands between, so it would seem. We'll see exactly how it's impacted the Altus Plateau. Lightning fortification. I think this is probably going to be very similar to the other similar fortifications in terms of its text. Heed me, the lands between offer no welcome to the tarnished. And then the Great Heal we can hold to continue praying and delay activation. The Two Fingers has high hopes for the tarnished, that even if they should be wounded, even should they fall, they will continue to fight for their duty. Duty. Okay. Let's do what I said we were going to do and quickly check to see if Brother Corin moves on. That is, yeah, I don't know exactly what we originally did to get Corin to move out here. Also, we can check as we go by. We did not pick up this golden seed. Let's get a golden seed. We got a long ways to go before getting. We have 1 of 5 now. So we have a ways to go before we will be getting our next lucky number 13. He does stay here. Let's see if his dialogue progresses at all.
Well then.
And about the noble gold mask. Okay, all right. So for now, we know where our faithbender is hanging out, and
May the golden order.
we will see if he's correct about gold mask being near the Erdtree. Our first order of business, though, before we think about getting to the Erdtree, is to check our map. This map has uncovered maybe less than I thought it would. But this is probably a good thing so that we don't get completely overwhelmed. There's a minor Erdtree here. That could be a very nice first order of business to see what new tier or tiers we could acquire. Some sort of dilapidated bridge looks like here. Maybe more than dilapidated. An Eurydice's Rise. Starting to maybe recognize these features on the map as the game is going along. We've got probably a cave down here. Various ruins strewn about. Lots of potential options. Don't quite know what these are. These are a little different. I see several of them here. When I'm looking at them on the map, they look like little, I don't know, little, what am I thinking of here? Like almost little drones, like little propeller drones that have like a little balloon under them. It's the Amazon drones delivering the golden seeds to the the tarnished that are in need of more flasks. There's the Everjail down here, and there's just these various, you know, encampments and other locations, and then we have the oh yeah, there's the Perfumer's Grotto as well. So where do we start? Where do we start? Oh, there's apparently a finger reader crone here. Okay, let's, in that case, let us... There was a ghost, wasn't there? I think it was up here. Why don't we start with the ghost before I forget? Ghost, spirit, phantom. The phantoms are... You know, we might have checked with this phantom before, actually. Where exactly was it? Where exactly did we see that friend? The phantoms are an interesting mechanic that help to give a little bit, just a very, very little bit of context to what is going to happen. You are, or at least I am usually confused. Golden row is good. Definitely need to get more of those. I am usually, when I first talk to a ghost, the formula for me is I talk to the ghost. I'm like, what? No idea what you're talking about. And then usually something happens that episode. Ah, here we go, guys, up here. Usually something happens that episode that clarifies exactly what the ghost was talking about. And I see it in editing and I realize, oh, it seems so simple now. Of course, that's what you were talking about. I don't think we've talked to this guy before. I don't think that is the case. What you got for me? Oh, Erdtree, great Erdtree. The Golden Order itself, unwavering, stretched to the sky, confer your guidance to our Elden Lord, to put this weary world to rights. Put this weary world to rights. The Elden Lord. It doesn't feel like the who becomes Elden Lord is as important as as just getting an Elden Lord. I don't know exactly what the purpose of the Elden Lord is supposed to be, but it feels very Dark Souls to me. That you are simply linking the fire. You are becoming Elden Lord. That's my gut instinct. If I'm trying not to overthink things too badly. The straightforward explanation. The straightforward explanation would be just that. Okay, I think I see... Oh, maybe not. I thought this was the finger reader crone. But this is... Oh, these are some soldiers. Okay, so we have another variation of hollows here. The Golden Order variety, or the Capital Guard variety. I'm not sure yet exactly. But we got windmills as well. Is that what those... That must be what's on the map. That is so funny. That has to be what these are, right? These are windmills. That is so weird that I thought that they reminded me of propeller blades. That's exactly what they are. Interesting. At least from, you know, that angle. From this angle, they're just windmills. But a windmill is a propeller, is it not? Aha. I think I was right. This does look like a new rise. Okay, so a good chance that there is another memory slot to be unlocked soon enough, which I'm okay with. There also looks like there's a church down here. And churches, I'm actually, at this point now, it's been a long time since our last sacred tier. There is a America statue there. Aha. I see it. I see it. Please tell me that there is a sacred tier to be found. I totally did not see those guys until as I was just riding toward them. Those guys blended in so well. I'm making a beeline for this church, and we will explore things in a little bit more thorough detail as we make our way in this direction. Try not to take a silly gravity death out of nowhere. We'll try to be a little bit smart about heading downward here. There's also... What's the sound I'm hearing? Who is making noises? Oh my god, what in the fuck is this shit? There's an epic item that it's guarding. What in the actual hell? We better get a side of grace if there is one to be had here. Oh my god! That is Yura, and this is the second Church of America. Whoa. Okay. Are these blood roses as well? Yura. Yura's title is Hunter of Bloody Fingers? He doesn't look like he's in very good shape. Is it Yura? It is Yura. Well, maybe he's in... I don't know exactly if he's in good shape or not. I've also just never seen before... I don't think we've ever seen him this up close. He's got... That's his hat. His hat is tied under his beard. I thought for a second he had braided his facial hair in a unique way, but this is just to keep this absolutely fantastic choice of headgear strapped on. Wow, Yura. Was not expecting to find you here.
Eleonora. It seems I am no match for you, but I've learned a thing or two myself. You see, I've sliced the finger off. Please. Please, Eleonora. Yield to the cessplant no longer. Do not stain the immaculacy of your sword. Your flesh. Your fire.
And he's gone. Invaded by Eleonora, Violet Bloody Finger. What the fuck? We have a new weapon. Excuse me? What in the hell was that move? Okay, have we fought Oh, it's a dragon fire thing. Did you just debuff me? She's got dragon fire moves. That's why he was talking about those consumed by dragon fire. That's why. It's because Eleonora, Bloody Finger. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, that didn't deal a crap ton of damage, but it did build up our blood loss. Eleonora, Violet Bloody Finger. She keeps rolling through my corpse wax cutter, but she doesn't seem to do so well against our R1. Great. I'm not gonna do the the golden foul foot. We usually don't get a crap ton of... Whoa, what the fuck? Doggo. Okay, the... Why are you so corrupted? You look like you belong in Caelid. Oh my god. Wow, that escalated quickly. We have a purifying crystal tear and Eleonora's pole blade. That is why Yura was so worried about Dragon Communion. Look at that tongue. Oh my god. This dog does not fit with the everything that we're seeing so far in the Altus Plateau. blood roses. The presence of blood roses at a church, it was definitely making me think about, and I think, it was making me think of, why am I blanking on his name? Vare. We have to go talk to Vare after this. I also want to pay my respects, first and foremost, to Yura, Hunter of Bloody Fingers, and check my notes. I want to check my notes on Yura's dialogue, because I had completely forgotten about this stuff about Eleonora. Does it go... I actually have... It goes straight to Yura's Google Doc. There we go. Okay. It was recent enough that I had looked at this, that it was still in my browser history. Eleonora. So when we saw Yura last, it was at Rhea Lucaria fighting the Ravenmount assassin. Thank you for your help here. That bloody finger was a thorn in my side, and now I'm finally rid of him. Here's a token of my thanks. I may not have much time. I'm dying to see you, Eleonora. Violet Bloody Finger. Yes, I've been tracking Eleonora for quite some time. She is the deadliest of all bloody fingers. We might be a little bit over-leveled for this zone. It's possible. Or we were just under-leveled for Dragon Barrow. Eleonora, not the toughest challenge we faced in Elden Ring. But let's not tell Yura that. She's felled many an old hand already, but in spite of her cessblood zealotry, Eleonora is a proud knight. If she comes for you, do not think twice. You must flee. There is no shame in self-preservation. Well, you might have overhyped things just a bit there, Yura. She had the Dragon Communion spells, but they were no match for our level 105 or whatever we are now. What did we pick up from Yura? His weapon. We got his weapon. We now have the Nagakiba, which also requires 22 dexterity. Ooh, that magic number of 22 dex. Katana with a ferociously long blade. Signature weapon of Yura, Hunter of Bloody Fingers. Reminiscent of a reinforced spear, its imposing length can be put to good use with powerful thrusting attacks. The skill is Piercing Fang, skill used by Yura the Bloody Finger Hunter. Starting with the blade held horizontally, make a powerful thrust that cannot be blocked. Let's try that out real quick. Because we do like anything katana related, we do have to at least give it a look, and we might be able to give it more than just a look once we get 22 dexterity. Piercing Fang. It really closes the distance there. That's a nice little distance closer. I like that. Make sure you have some space to wind up, and then boom. Enemies that are weak to piercing. I like the piercing strong attack as well. It probably has otherwise a very similar moveset to the Uchi Katana. Would it... I'm interested. Would you be able to power stance this with the regular Uchis? Is that a thing? It is. Look at that. So if you have two katanas, that's pretty interesting. You can just power stance them together. There might be other combinations like that where you can just power stance weapons from the same family. Like what happens if you do two falchions? I think that's the trick, isn't it? That's the trick. It's not that you have to necessarily... Well, let's, there might need to be some experimentation here. There are other curved swords. I think that's the trick. If you put two weapons from the same class, the same weapon class, you put those, you dual wield those, you can get some power stance moves. Now, who knows? There may be some other more unique combinations where there could be certain weapons that are in different weapon classes where you could power stance them together. But in this case, when we're putting together the Clean Rot Knight Sword in the left hand with our curved sword in the right, L1 just gets us a little, piercing sword thrust move. not a power stance move. Okay, just slight little sidetrack here into housekeeping, which is fine. It's what we like to do. We're also continually digesting the lore here in terms of Yura and Eleonora. Let's switch back. Let me, while we're on the housekeeping train of thought here, let me quickly point out something that one of my trusted advisors, my brother, clued me into a couple weapons that there was something that an aspect. All he told me was that there was an aspect to these weapons that I had overlooked, and you may want to take a closer look at later. I don't think we did this on camera, but I had done this off camera, where I had quote unquote two-handed the Cipher Potta. That's not two-handing. That's not how you do that. You two-hand like this. You can two-hand quote unquote the Cipher Potta and end up dual wielding it. Now in this case, L1 does not do a power stance move. You do have this blocking. Not that you'd want to be blocking with the Cipher Potta, but it does open up a new set of moves, a dual wield moveset that is pretty awesome. And you can do this same thing. The other weapon that he actually did not tell me which weapons these were. He said there were a couple weapons that you picked up recently that you might want to take a look at. This was a long time ago, because we have not picked these up recently. So I had forgotten what weapons I had picked up recently, and I thought, you know what? Just go ahead and tell me. It's okay. Just tell me what weapons you're talking about. I'll poke around with them a little bit more. The other one that after I asked him, he said that the Ornamental Straight Sword, which I think is actually much higher up here. The Ornamental Straight Sword is the one you want to look at, and I figured, well, maybe it's the same deal. You just dual wield it. I had not noticed until I did this. Another thing that I was doing off camera before we started here. There are two swords, right? Which we kind of knew because of this golden tempering skill that does bring out two swords. But I don't think I had noticed that it's on, like it's at our side. We have it sheathed, or it's not really sheathed, but it's there ready to be used if you just dual wield. So you know what? This is another weapon that maybe we should level up. If we're starting to play around with these different holy weapons, there's just too many dang good options in this game, folks, to play around with. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do with all these options? Option overload. So many ways to take out the zombie dogs. Let's focus back in now after we've had a little bit of fun playing around with various weapons. Let's go back to the Gargoyle's Blackblade and focus once more on. We tried out the Nagakiba, which I like. We also now have a new tier. That was very unexpected. What does this do? Purifies the Lord of Blood's curse in a mixed physic. Hello? A crystal tear forms slowly over the ages where the Erdtree's bounty falls to the ground. That artwork is sick. Can be mixed in the flask. The resulting concoction purifies the curse from Moog, Lord of Blood's terrifying rite of blood. I don't think I have that. Do I have that? A terrifying rite of blood. Let's hold that thought. Let's read Eleonora's weapon. The pole blade. Oh, it's a twin blade. Dude, this is sick too. Man, I swear to God, I want to try like almost every one of these weapons, or not try them, but like play with them. There's just too many. Twinned Naginata. Forged in the Land of Reeds, chosen weapon of Eleonora, Violet Bloodyfinger. Her mastery of the sword was such that her onslaught was likened to a whirlwind. But now her legacy is stained by accursed blood. Bloodblade Dance. Leap at foe to perform a flurry of tornado-like attacks. Follow up with an additional input to perform an attack that ends in an evasive maneuver. Let's try it out. Except we need 21 dex, but we also need 19 arcane. Blood, if we really wanted to build into blood, quote unquote. Arcane seems tied in with blood, poison, dragonfire. Huh. A Bloody Finger Dragon Communion build. Oh. ideas are floating around in my head. What the hell does this do, though? I don't think we have this. We have an Ash of War. Where are my Ashes of War? There they are. We have an Ash of War that does a bloody slash, but this is just the Blood Oath skill. This is not the Rite of Blood. The hell is the Rite of Blood? I think we have to get more info, or we have to actually get a Rite of Blood. Are we gonna face off against this guy, Moog? Okay, folks. Well, that ended up. This started. Insert where it started. Meme. This started with me up on the road, seeing a America statue and thinking, hey, there's a sacred tier that we're going to find, probably. And it's been forever since we found a sacred tier. I would love to have a +8 flask. And then we were slightly... There was a slight delay between that moment and the actual moment of picking up the sacred tier, but it's fine. It's fine. Give me back my shield. The bloody... Violet bloody finger. Oh, there are a lot of violets here, aren't there? Did Eleonora have something to do with this, or did she just like coming back here because there were violets? 6 human bone shards. Okay. I'm waiting for skeletons to pop up. There's gravestones, and it just feels like maybe there would be skeletons popping up. We've seen that before next to churches. Are there any golden centipedes here? I feel like the golden centipedes only show up at churches that have the Radagon statue. I feel like that is the pattern so far, or at least I don't remember seeing golden centipedes at any of the America churches. The second church of America. This is amazing, guys. We haven't even gone anywhere. We've done almost nothing so far. And so much has already happened. This is amazing. We're going to quickly head to... We have a reason now to head to Yura. Not Yura. Rest in peace once again, Yura. But we have Vare, who may react to this. Not out of the realm of possibility. Would not be surprised if he doesn't react to it. But we got to check. Vare, sus, Vare. It is the fate of any character, almost, it seems, in FromSoft games. You get to know him a little bit, and eventually, it's just not going to turn out well for him. And Yura has joined the crew.
Be sure to try that finger I gave you. I'm quite certain.
Okay. No reaction to that, unfortunately. The Rose Church. Rose Church. Oh! This guy comes back. Okay, because I guess he's just like a normal enemy. He was not a one-time spawn. He is a respawning enemy, which is not too tough to deal with for us at this point. Alright, so no reaction from Vare. Lots of blood roses. Let's get back to the Altus Plateau. Alright, Sacred Tier upgrade time. It's been a little while, but I'm ready for +8. We need it. We actually have unfortunate audio glitch at exactly the time when we are going for our Sacred Tier. And also, it has, we're actually, our HP is high enough now where we are really not getting a full drink every time. And so we need the power up. Long gone are the days of worrying about getting full drink value from our flasks. I mean, our cerulean flask, I guess that's always been a pipe dream. I'd given up on that quite some time ago. So we're not... we're more focused on getting max value from our life drink at this point. We're gonna head back, though. We're going to head back, I think. The place that we want to head next... The place that we want to head next here is probably down to this rise. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to at least head back to the church, first of all. We're going to get back in the vicinity of the Second Church of America. And now that I think of it, a side note here, I think there may not be an audio glitch on your guys' end. This may be actually a problem with my my headphones. I might need to do a little bit of reset on my Wi-Fi headphone connection here, but we'll see. I am noticing that there is a Greatsword Memorial here. Totally did not see this the first time. Let's give it a look. As we are much closer now to Mount Gelmir, or so I presume. I can even see the... Oh, wait a second. Okay, it's obviously, it's not very textured from this distance, but I want to say that this is the same statue that's at the very beginning of the game. Is it not? That's what it looks like. All right, the first defense of Leyendell. A sovereign alliance rots from within, traces yet remain of bloody conspiracy. So, bloody conspiracy. This whole Lord of Blood situation might be more involved in our main storyline than it would have first appeared. The first defense of Leyendell, a sovereign alliance rots from within. Traces yet remain of bloody conspiracy. What exactly has been the role of these bloody fingers and the Lord of Blood? We see the, I don't know, the violet bloody finger shows up here at the Second Church of America. Now one of you is here. Now we are facing one of your ilk, and we're building up. Yo, you spawn a pool of blood that builds up the bleed if we stand in it. What the hell? So that's an interesting development. What to make of that? Bloody conspiracy. Somehow the blood folks, I don't know exactly what we're calling them, the bloody fingers, they were involved in sowing discord among within the capital. I'm seeing, what am I seeing down here? Oh, it's one of those enemies that was in Liurnia, out in Liurnia Lake. I've never seen them ride quite that quickly before, just on their own. They were kind of strolling around in Liurnia Lake. This looks to be moving in this direction. Is heading toward Mount Gelmir. So you would make your way from this portion of the map into this canyon, or whatever you want to call it. And then somewhere here there is a path that leads us to, maybe it's back in that direction. You can just head around. Maybe you don't even go in the canyon, you just start scaling up the far side, and that heads in the direction of Mount Gelmir. There's a lot to do in that direction, I'm sure. We'll stay focused for now on our the uncovered portion of the map that we have. Plenty to do here already. Plenty to do on this side of affairs. Whoa! That just disappeared. The rise just disappeared. Excuse me? Excuse me? So, I was like in the middle of being distracted by this wolf that was on its way to attacking me. And then I just barely noticed the rise. Well, maybe it's not disappeared. Well, it's gone from our vision, but it may still... I see a seal, which may still indicate the presence of a now invisible rise. We also have this motherfucker. We also have... Oh, goody, we can target you. Oh, goody. Can I get... I mean, oh, the Spirit Spring... Oh, the Spirit Spring is meant for... Okay. I thought we needed the Spirit Spring to get down. Now that we're actually very close. We're close enough here. We should be okay. The Spirit Spring, I think, is intended to allow us to go way up that direction. I don't want to use the Spirit Spring yet, though. Not yet. First things first. First things first. First things first is turn on my lantern, because it's dark out here. And then the next step is figure out what the hell is going on with this guy. Can we get... dare I get close enough to be able to get a reverse camera angle here? I don't think I'm going to be able to get the reverse camera angle that I want because you are just too massive. But what we can do is we can do our rainbow stone tech. The rainbow stones do not give off light like I'd like them to. So yeah, glowstones it is. Our glowstone tech is what I meant to say. We're doing our glowstone tech here so that we can get some level of better view. Because this is the important thing in Elden Ring, is not... Actually doing combat with enemies is not nearly as significant as getting a look at the absolute disturbing nonsense that this game is filled with. I was going to be a little bit surprised if we were able to backstab him. Oh my god, okay. This guy is spewing death. This guy is spewing death. And I hate it. His sword. What is this? Oh my god. The buildup of death all of a sudden is a pressing concern. Because, yeah, that's the first time that bar has gotten halfway, I think. We were halfway to suffering... I did see the nascent butterflies here. To suffering the fate... that we have fallen into before in previous games. If it's the fate that I think, if this is in fact the same as Curse, which is so fitting given the the basilisk encounter that we had last time. Oh, a Mikolas Lily. A Mikolas Lily at a gravestone. And a crazy Cthulhu nonsense death monster. Should we read... How far should we read into that one? Here's the seal. Wait a second. Wait. That seal was not over there before, was it? I thought it was over here. Have I gotten turned around? What? Okay, so far I am not colliding. What's going on here? I was gonna say, so far I'm not colliding with an invisible building. Should have backstabbed you. I'm not colliding with an invisible rise, but I am coming across invisible gargoyles. Well... These guys are just gonna keep spawning, aren't they? So... What do we do with this? Touch Phantom. Touch Phantom. Touch. Ah. So we touched the Phantom, quote unquote. Feels more like a seal than a Phantom, but, you know, not going to quibble too much on that. We touched the Phantom, though, and the endlessly appearing imps have vanished. Okay. I feel like there was definitely another Phantom, quote unquote, that was over here. I could have sworn. Ah, aha. Okay, okay. I think I was right. Mirage Rise. Touch Phantom, please. It picked up the Golden Roa. It picked up the Golden Roa, and then the touching the Phantom was the next part. Mirage's Rise. Touch 3 Phantom Crests. Okay. All right, we can figure that one out. Oh, it even gives us a map. Okay, I think I can already see from the map where we need to go. Let's just take a closer look at it to be sure. Simple map, taken from an imp statue. A riddle concerning a rise that vanishes like a mirage. That was very cool, because I could see when we were, yeah, I like how this is laid out here. The Church of America up here, and then I think we've touched this one, and we've touched this one, and now we need to go over here to the south and touch the last one. It's near this dilapidated bridge, and then there should be like an Erdtree up in here, right? This is cool. I definitely saw the different texture that this rise had. There was this aura about it that definitely stood out. I guess it's not to the south. It's the east, technically, that we need to head. Because that little mini map had been turned. Oh, there's more of them. There's many more of them. Good lord. Okay. Well, let's... Hold on. I hear another one somewhere. Do I not? Thought for a second I was dealing with like an invisible enemy, but now I think it must be up on the the ridge above us. That's a boar. I am getting scared to death from the slightest sounds here. Just a boar traipsing through the woods is sending me into a state of alert. There are a lot of you motherfuckers. Holy crap. Okay. Okay. I do not want to deal with too many of you at once. There's a site of grace over there, which maybe I should go for first. Okay, these guys are like wearing some sort of a cloak. So I actually don't want to charge my frenzied burst, or I don't want to, if I charge it, I don't want it to go through all of them. That's pretty effective against them, actually. You interrupted me, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Interrupting me like that, how rude. Flame of Frenzy might... They're actually a little weaker than I feel like the first guy was stronger. The only thing, you know, these guys, they may not have a super amount of health, but taking on multiple of them at once is risky because of the whole death thing. It's risky. We'll deal with that. We'll deal with that. Whatchamacallit, the frenzy. The frenzy. We'll deal with that frenzy. I'm about to die because I'm not following my own advice. I'm not listening to my own advice and staying away from death. It didn't even take 2 of them. It didn't even take 2 of them. Just one of these motherfuckers. God, I almost want basilisks now. I would much prefer basilisks now that we've had that experience, because holy crap. Yeah. All right, Death Blighted, folks. Elden Ring first. You saw it here in the Altus Plateau. Definitely would not have guessed if that was on the, didn't think I'd be filling out that square on the bingo card today. On this episode of Elden Ring. Should have grabbed that side of grace. Should have done it. I think the best way to get that side of grace is to go down this bridge, isn't it? So let's do that. Let's go down the bridge, and maybe we'll talk to the finger reader crone in the process. We're gonna bypass. We're not gonna worry about the folks patrolling or guarding the road. Just gonna let you guys be. Don't mind me. I have business to attend to. And part of that business is talking to a finger reader crone. There is actually a side of grace at the top of this bridge, as well as a merchant. I see. A merchant. One of the musical merchants. I thought at first there was going to be a merchant over here because I saw this campfire that was burning. Before anything crazy happens, we are going to grab this side of grace. There's also a sending gate here. There are many things. Things are happening, folks. Death Blight is happening. Bloody fingers. What a great experience we are having already here in the Altus Plateau. You know, before we get to the finger reader, you know, we're going to come back to this merchant because we have no runes right now. So let's put that on our list. Our to-do list will be to circle back around to that merchant.
You, please, I can read them. Your fingers, please, your fingers.
Yes, yes, yes. I know you love those fingers.
Oh, bless you. To the east, ruins of gold. To the west, the serpent's sacrilege. Wherever the path leads, so shall you follow. Wherever the path leads, only more sorrow. 'Tis a curse. A curse. The curse of Queen Marika.
It'll be okay. I promise. It will be, everything will be just totally fine. This is Elden Ring. What can go wrong? The curse. The curse of Marika. The serpent's sacrilege. Rykard, correct? The serpent's sacrilege.
Your feet. To the east.
Ruins of gold.
Ruins of gold. Wherever the Tizaka.
So you shall follow. Nothing but sorrow. More of these phantom banners. And more amazing view. Just amazing view in every direction. I'd like to get my souls back. Wow, they're actually way down here. I think we're supposed to be able to descend this bridge. I don't know where this sending gate goes. I don't want to find that out just yet. The first task is to get our runes back. We're not going to worry about these soldiers here. I will grab this item. Golden arrows, huh? Okay. Golden arrows. Golden arrows. The game at least lets you know when when the Deathblight friends are nearby. They at least don't make any... They don't let you make any mistake about when these guys are present. Yeah, there's another one of them here. Let's quickly check out these golden arrows. They deal holy damage, as one would expect. Carved arrows made in tandem with the Erdtree bow. Deals holy damage. Highly effective against those who live in death and able to prevent them from rising again. Can we count this enemy as among those who live in death? Are we supposed to be using this shared order against these dudes? Kind of want to try it out. Like, I'm not... These guys, you know, they don't have this, like, quality that the skeletons have of constantly respawning. At least as far as I can tell, they don't have that. Maybe that's one of the tricks they've got that we just haven't been so fortunate as to experience yet. That animation, I will say, the Deathblight animation was really sick. It's the same animation that we way back. Was it way back when at the bottom of Stormvale Castle, I think. The animation that showed, it was the bloodstain. Roger's bloodstain. His bloodstain kind of shows that same, you know, the roots springing up from the ground, skewering him to death. Yeah, 3 of these guys. Holy shit. Okay, and there's more over here. I think we had the right idea the first time, which was to focus on one at a time. Maybe lightning spears are a better way to go. Okay, so they've got a bit of a... Oh, and it puts it on the ground. So it stays... The effect lingers. And they can spew it in front of you. Like, there's 3 different ways at least. 3 different ways at least that they have to spew this at you. And they're all disgusting. You are really alive by just a sliver. Okay, we have to... Oh my god. Okay, so we really need to start... My brain has got to get attuned. Attuned to... the aura. Does it leave a... like a pitchy tar effect? There's a texture that gets spewed onto the ground, and you can see where it once was, but there's also like a dark, it's not a gold, but it's like a dark yellow vapory aura that that you can make out when you are accumulating the death. Oh, there's another one of you. Okay. Okay, as I was mentioning, the game is very kind about these guys. They make a very noticeable sound. They really let you know when they are close by. They're not at least death ain't gonna be sneaking up on you. we also we also now may want to start considering things like Prince of Death's Pustule. It might be finally time to think about something like that. Do we have spells that actually counteract death buildup? Do we actually have any of those? There's a lot of fortification spells, but those don't affect vitality. Vitality is the thing that we would want to be focusing on. Poison and Scarlet Rot. I don't think we have any spells. There might be some pieces of equipment that raise vitality. Something I might check out in my spare time. Another thing I did want to quickly see, we have not picked up an Erdtree bow. We don't have an Erdtree bow yet. That might be dropped by those. The guard, the guy way back over here. There's a guy over here with a bow. And maybe he would drop the Erdtree bow. Right now, I would like to focus on finding this last... Well, I kind of want to... I actually kind of want to... get this scarab. And get some revenge against these guys that did us in the first time. Can we do that? The Frenzied Burst was actually pretty good. The problem is they don't get interrupted. So it's not like you can just knock them out of, you know, they're in the middle of spewing death. You can't interrupt them from that. Not very easily. They drop gold-tinged excrement. Ay, 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 ay. Like to get this guy. And he can shoot from so... Wait a second. I hit him in the head, I think. All right, so he did... That was strange. What was he doing? Where he, like, bent over. He was on the way toward us, and then he just stopped and started... I thought he was going to do, like, a range attack, and I was like, wow, he can hit us from way over there? Yeah, I think we're getting some headshots. I think that's what's happening here. Yeah, I like that attack. You swinging your flimsy little club at me. Do more of that, please. That's a situation where I don't think I'm gonna be dying. And I could be wrong. That might be the world's strongest club, and I'm gonna eat my words. But I'll take my chances. Somber Smithing Stone 5. Okay, was that worth? Was it worth it? We want to find that last quote-unquote phantom so that we can uncover the Mirage's rise. Where would that be? Will we be able to see it during the daytime? Does that guy see me? Does he see me? I do not see so far. It was supposed to be close to the dilapidated bridge, wasn't it? Like, I think it's supposed to be like around here somewhere. Man, these guys are in like every direction. At least it sounds like they are. And getting two of these guys interested in you. We should try holy attacks against them. but I also love the range. I love the range of my frenzied burst. And they seem to be a little bit weak to it, maybe? Or it could just be the fact that we are in a zone. Yeah, do that, please. We might just be in a zone where everything is a bit weaker compared to what we've been used to. Okay, yeah, why are you spewing stuff right on the ground in front of you? Your friend tried to do that, and it was very confusing. Okay, we're starting to learn the ways of... What the fuck are these guys called? Who the fuck knows? Is that just the hollow soldier? Or is that guy somebody more consequential? Okay, where is this? Where is this phantom? I wonder if you can't see it during the day. Is that possible? It might be that you can't see it during the day. Golden sunflowers, though. It's time to craft at some point. It's time... Oh! That's what we should be trying here. I completely almost forgot. Oh my god, I completely missed him. All those don't do shit. Lame. I wish I could backstab them. Yeah, I swing that club at me all day long, please. That is a win for me. If that's how you want to handle this, we are going to be just fine. Nope. I didn't realize he had already spewed death. I didn't realize. See, that's how sneaky this stuff is. That's how sneaky. He had already spewed it. And I was standing in it. And I didn't realize it at first. And he almost took another lump of flesh. Okay, I'm a little bit lost here. I'm a little bit lost. And what I need to do is, first of all, make sure that don't have another one of you guys sneaking up on me. It feels like... Where are you? That sound. Oh, yeah, you're okay. You're here. It felt like you were a lot closer. I really thought you were much closer. I think I might have to make a flask here. It's fine. I was a little surprised that the holy water pots didn't deal more damage to you. A little bit surprising. We should go ahead and just drink both flasks, so that way the next time we actually get some flasks back. Okay, I have. Let's focus back in here at on the task at hand and look at this map again. Oh, okay. I was looking in the wrong spot. I need to be looking like here. That's where I need to be focused. Now, it also is possible that we need to be looking at night. I haven't yet ruled that out as an option. But we need to first at least check in the right place. Now we are under the bridge. I had a feeling something was going to fall on me, but I looked up and I still didn't see what the hell fell on me. Oozes. Or slugs. Okay, the slugs react very well to our gargoyle's black blade. So that's good. They are not resistant to that shit. Flasks obtained. I think I must have... okay, there. I missed some other confrontation that was happening down here. One of these dynamic interactions between various enemies, I think, was taking place that I just did not see. These little foot soldiers here look like they are thinking about attacking the big death curse guy. We're having a lot of fun here, checking out a new zone. But I also, my demeanor, I'm sure you may have, you've sensed the shift in my demeanor that has taken place here. Encountering, it's weird because this enemy on the one hand is so, I think we might have finally found it here. This enemy is not overly strong in terms of health. They deal very little physical damage with their club attacks. It's just not an imposing enemy, similar to basilisks. But they do have one move. They have one move that is the absolute coup de grace if you do not deal with it properly. So I am on edge like nobody's business. I have suddenly switched to being on edge. I am also thinking that maybe, in fact, this thing is something you can only see at night. Because it feels like we are pretty close to the right spot now, but I am not seeing... It's actually worth it to start killing owls again now that we have... Was it a sleep pot or something that we could craft? Do I need to start killing these guys? If I kill these guys, does the phantom appear? Or does it really just need to be at night? And if so, that's a little bit of a... I mean, we're close. We're close to the end of the day. So I guess let's keep exploring around. And we'll wait for night to fall. Let's just, there's some other stuff to check out in the vicinity, so let's do that. While we wait, let's see about, let's check over here. There were some foot soldiers over here. Well, there were foot soldiers, but I wonder if they tussled with this guy after all, and they met the same fate that we did. Fulgur Bloom. Just a Fulgur Bloom sitting around. This is one of those areas. It's actually very different from the opening section of the Altus Plateau. Yeah, they must have attacked him because his health is already down. His health has already decreased. It's different from the opening area where the Grand Lift enters into. We've been before through this opening section. It's so bright, and the visibility is at like 100%. That's such a different feel from this place. This place, it's so easy to get turned around and become lost, or at least not know what direction you're pointing. I see a Crimson and a Cerulean Scarab, which we don't need right now. And I see a whole crap ton of these guys. Oh my god. Are they guarding anything? It's also just really, the sounds that they give off are so unsettling. but I think it's the sound, the unsettling nature of the sound is perhaps very much a factor or a function of the fact that they can kill you out of nowhere if you're not careful. Woodfolk ruins. These aren't the Woodfolk, are they? There's so many of these guys. Holy shit. Woodfolk ruins. Okay. All right. All right. It doesn't let us, it's not letting us summon a friend. We can't summon a friend? I really need a friend right now. I need a friend to comfort me against the foreboding death. Did I not get a hit on him? What the hell? The hell? What in the hell? The black flame completely missed him. Okay, that's cool. These guys are kind of weird. Like, all of a sudden he's de-aggroed. What the hell's up with that? Black flame seems decent. They drop gold-tinged excrement. Never has gold-tinged excrement felt so... so just icky. Trying to figure out what they're weak to. I don't know if they're particularly weak to anything. Although Lightning Spear felt like it was kind of interrupting him. It felt like he was suffering some sort of knockback or stun from the Lightning Spear. Maybe that's the way to get them. One way or the other, isolating them, getting them on their own, I think is going to be how I try to approach the problem. Oh! Didn't need a second. Wasted a little bit of mana, a little bit of FP. Yo, headshot. If you can manage to get... I swear, sometimes it feels like these guys are just completely like that lightning bolt went directly through his hitbox, did it not? How did that not connect? What am I missing here? The hell am I missing? Okay, well, it actually is. You can break their posture somewhat quickly if you're doing some two-handing stuff. And maybe, you know, blocking with the Great Shield is not as important when death can just... Well, it's not like that Great Shield is really stopping us from building up death. It doesn't work that way. Boy, these ruins... Was there an underground... There was. Okay, I was like, that didn't seem like there was very much to those ruins. I must have missed something. I did. I just jumped straight over that chest. That's not the button. Wrath of Gold. Another spell that might be right up our alley. Produces golden shockwave that knocks back foes. Ooh. Wrath of God has become Wrath of Gold. Superior Erdtree Worship Incantation. Produces a golden shockwave that knocks back nearby foes. Charging increases the size of the shockwave. This incantation was discovered when the Elden Ring was shattered, and it was feared as a sign of the Erdtree's wrath. Wrath of Gold. The Elden Ring's shattering. The ring's losses our gain, apparently. I want to try that. As soon as we get back to a site of grace. We are also getting to evening here, so it's time to go back and check. Time to go back and check the spot next to the bridge. Although there is also a potential cave here, which we maybe can check out quickly, or try to bank a site of grace if it follows the usual pattern. There is a cave entrance, and it looks like it is a set of tunnels. So we have to ride an elevator first before we get the site of grace. Looks like the Altus Plateau is so far delivering as we find the Altus Tunnel. The Altus Plateau is delivering on adventure. We are, hopefully you all are getting your money's worth in terms of entertainment. I'm starting to maybe settle in a little bit against this new enemy. The jellyfish are out, so it must be nighttime. Because they certainly weren't here just a moment ago when we rode by. Oh, they're all over the place. Okay. Root resin. Okay, well, how do we get back over to... Let's take off this guy right here. I want to get back over to... Man, am I too high up? Can I not fall down there? Gotta go back around this way. I really hate the sounds of these guys. Is this a nascent butterfly? Nascent butterfly. Oh. I don't know for sure. Let's see if we can science this out. But are nascent butterflies only visible at night? Because is it not? It's one of these crafting materials that's used for St. Trina's stuff, which is associated with sleep. I think. I can't say conclusively that that nascent butterfly was not there. Oh my god. Wow. Huh. Would that... We now have sus rocks. Alright, we have our third phantom. I don't think that was glowing. I don't remember if I even saw that rock. If that rock was even there, visible. During the daytime. But it definitely wasn't glowing. Sus rocks are a thing. That feels so random. Let's see if we have uncovered a Mirage, shall we? I do believe that the Mirage has become visible. There's some loot over here that I missed. Golden Rune 3, and this guy is hanging out over here. We'll just leave him be. We'll focus on getting a new memory slot? Question mark? Apparently my lantern's not on. I guess I didn't reactivate it. Once I was blighted by death. God, I really hate their sounds. Is there a setting? Is there a setting that just disables when we figure out what these guys are called? We got to give them our own. Got to give them our own nickname. I'm terrible at coming up with nicknames. Oh, we are getting more than just. There are two things to loot here. We actually have a corpse that was in the Mirage's Rise with 5 slumbering eggs. Okay. And not a memory slot. I like that. I like that we're breaking that pattern. That's good. Now, is this stuff that I can actually use? Unseen Blade and Unseen Form. I think these are probably sorceries. They do require 12 and 16 intelligence. But it does make your right-hand armament completely invisible, and it makes the caster semi-invisible. These are both night sorceries of Celia, Town of Sorcery. That makes sense, I guess. The association with Celia. Unseen Blade enchants armament held in right hand, making it completely invisible, used by Celian assassins to present themselves as unarmed sorcerers. Oh, don't mind me. I'm harmless. And then makes the caster semi-invisible, Unseen Form. While on horseback, effect extends to cover the mount. The Celian assassins considered every option that aided their dirty work. Dirty bastards. All right, there's this spirit spring over here. We should check that out. We should give a check to that spirit spring, because I think... Let's just find out. Where does it go? Where does... Oh, it doesn't go nearly as high as I thought it was going to, but it leads to another spirit spring. Okay. We'll keep following the spirit spring trail. Woo! There we go. There we go. I think we might have passed up a lower ledge here where I thought I might have seen... Okay, that was not a site of grace. It was some hollows. It was the torch of a hollow. I see, but there is a site of grace on the other side of that bridge, and this may be... Well, it appears like it might be one way that leads in the direction of Mount Gelmir. Maybe even this is the road that leads us to the map for Mount Gelmir. We're going to get this site of grace if this bridge is not a trap. Title card for Mount Gelmir. There you go. Snag that site of grace. We will be, of course, waiting until later to make some inroads in Mount Gelmir. Let's at least... Am I going to rest at the site of grace? I think so. Well, the only issue is I think I might still want to explore in this area down here where we've already cleared out some of the lovely... Wait a second, the Woodfolk ruins was up here? There's potentially more ruins to explore then, because maybe there's actually several on the map. There's several different like ruins type structures. They may all be connected to the same Woodfolk ruins. There's also this minor Erdtree, which we were... Oh, I think that's what happened. We were here, weren't we? We were here. That's where we found the underground, the Wrath of Gold, which we need to equip. So maybe I should sit at a site of grace. I want to get Mel in a dialogue. Like there's a lot of reasons to sit at the site of grace. Bridge of Iniquity. Cool name. We'll hold off on that. Put a pin in it, as we like to say. Back to the Altus Plateau. Let's see if there is a chest here on this wagon. There's at least a little bit of loot. Some blood grease. And is there a chest? There's no chest in this one. Someone has absconded with the chest, if there was one. Lots of golden roas and lots of regular golden sunflowers. picking up the good crafting mats here. At long last. Where do I want to go? I kind of want to go to the minor Erdtree. It would be nice to get those whatever upgrade there may upgrades, hopefully. There usually are multiple upgrades to our Flask of Wondrous Physic. So I think that's where we want to head, and we will save this portion of the Altus Plateau. There looks like there's maybe another set of ruins up here, but I think I'm going to let's go back down the Spirit Springs here and stay focused on clearing out that lower area. If I can find the Spirit Springs and head back down. Hi, guys. Wait, that's the guy with the chest. Wait a second. That guy actually has a chest. Did he drop some epic loot? He was holding a chest. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Was it actually the chest from the wagon? What? What? No. You were holding out your torch. I should have known you were actually going to hit me. Okay, so normally their loot, it's hard to, it may not be an epic piece of loot, but it does appear like, I don't know, uncommon. It feels like a bigger loot aura than normal. It is a golden rune 10. What the fuck? This dude had a treasure chest that had a golden rune 10 in it. That is so random. But maybe it's not random. Maybe it was actually the chest from that wagon. That's amazing if so. I love that. That is a great little touch. That's what I'm going to choose to believe. Some crystal bud. All right. Where are we here? It is so... Wait a second. I went so far down. That's not where I meant to go. There were spirit springs here that were just leading me down into the real big canyon. They got the trolls guarding the way down here. I don't want to deal with you guys right now, though. Hold on here. I want to head in this direction. I want to head over here. That's a great view. Can I even do that here? I'm not that high up. This is where we've been before. We've ridden. Oh, I almost had a sneeze, and then it said nope. Hate it when that happens. It's the worst. Well, is it really the worst though? Once you've met the Wormfaces spewing death, it's hard to say that it's the worst. It is really interesting that they drop gold-tinged excrement. They are obviously they're spewing death, but then they have this, you know, they're maybe they were like this to begin with, and then somehow like this. They were kind of, you know, death-like. But then they hung around the minor Erdtree, or even, you know, the Erdtree itself. They're just in too close of a proximity to those, and so, you know, they eventually become tinged by gold, and it has changed the color of their poop. You know, they need to go see a Wormface doctor and really get that looked at. No, oh my god. I rolled back into it. Dude, this stuff is really, I'm not used to paying attention to this. And it is so easy to just roll back into it if you're not paying attention. Holy crap. It does seem that Black Flame may be a little bit more effective against them, because similar to the Blackblade Kindred, I had this notion that stuff like Holy would be more effective, but when we threw that Holy Pot at them, it did jack shit. And now we see that they dropped Gold-Tinged Excrement, and so they might just be like the Blackblade Kindred associated with not Black Flame, but they're associated with, they're actually, they have an affinity to holy damage, and therefore are resistant to it. Maybe? And so if that is the case, when you're facing an enemy that is resistant to holy, you go with the Black Flame. Oh my god. It's actually a lot easier to see this. It's a lot easier to see their death aura at night. One advantage that comes with the normally reduced visibility of walking around at night against these motherfuckers. It's going to be very useful if we can, maybe we have a consumable actually. Do we have a consumable that we could alleviate death buildup? Is that a thing? This alleviates buildup of sleep. I don't know that we have one that specifically treats death. None of these boost our vitality. I feel like there might be something that I'm just forgetting about. Built-in accumulations on the body? We can craft this, apparently. So we can craft soap. I mean, we can give it a shot. I don't think soap is going to cleanse us of death. But you know what? Why not give it a shot? Because you can craft a bajillion of these. So we'll find out next time we get hit with death. So we've got the death on us. We try the soap, and it does not cleanse us. Okay. Didn't think that was going to do the trick. I don't know that we have anything other than, like, the talisman and whatever gear may also shields or pieces of equipment that we can wear. What might be useful in our quest against death? Okay, we are circling the north end of the perimeter here. I'm just kind of trying to do a thorough pass as we circle around the Erdtree, the minor Erdtree, and we see what is around the rest of this area. Trina's Lily and some herba. There could be. Now that I think of it, we just dealt with Mirage Rise. We shouldn't rule out the possibility of sus cave walls. Don't be so quick to discount the idea. I have a feeling that whatever other sus cave walls there are in Elden Ring are probably going to, or at least normally, they will probably be ones where there is some kind of a clue. There's something in the environment, or there's just like straight up a note like we had before that kind of fills you in, gives you an idea of what to look for or where to look. Naked butterfly. All right, more of these dudes. I see some slugs as well. The slugs, we're definitely not as worried about them as this dude. If my theory about these guys being more oriented toward holy, that would make sense why it didn't seem like our corpse wax cutter was actually doing that much against them. Was not really hitting the mark. Out of juice. Managed to get away from that one. Oh my god, it builds up so quickly. If you happen to be stood in that for just the briefest of moments, it can be so quick. Now, on the other hand, the corpse, or the gargoyle sword, does work nicely against you all. So that's good. Oh, and there's gold fireflies here. Cool. Excellent. Let's go ahead and... Not my flask of wondrous physic, goddammit. I do that sometimes where I... Okay, you know what then? I was trying to make space to get a flask refill. If that's the case, if we have a flask of wondrous physic that is ticking away, it's time to head to make a beeline for a minor Erdtree, if there is indeed an Erdtree avatar to deal with. While our flask is ticking away, or active, here it is. It is time for us to make way. We see the Stake of America. There's something big over there. I don't know if it's an Erdtree avatar, though. Oh, no. Oh, my God. I do not... There's a... What is this thing? I can't target it. I saw the Erdtree Guardian. No, I can't target it. Okay. Any ads that we need to concern ourselves with before we focus on what I assume to be some sort of... No, what in the hell is this thing? It's one of these Wormfaces, but you are ginormous. It's actually literally called a Wormface. Wait a second. Wait a second. It's called a Wormface. Guys, it's called a Wormface. It's actually called Wormface. Guys, I swear this is a blind playthrough. I swear on all that is golden and holy. Oh no. What in the fuck? Is that poison? I promise you, I know there have been many moments. There have been moments where I'm sure many of you had doubted, if only momentarily, that you have doubted the authenticity. Oh my god, what the fuck? What in the... This is... Oh boy. The authenticity of a blind playthrough. There's no way this motherfucker just walked straight up to the Celia hideaway. There's no way this guy walked straight up to the exact spot. Oh, he's got a grab move. You... Nope! No, I thought I... Yeah. Get your hands away from me. Get your face away from me. I love the headshot, though. That was good timing. Oh, my God. I'm gonna try to charge this one. And stay the fuck away from the death cloud. My Black Flame is having just enough range in a lot of these cases. Just enough range. Aye, motherfucker. You do almost no damage. Your HP damage is not what your moves are about. Oh, I hate that my fireball is going through your legs. Okay, he's gone into grab mode. Shit. Oh my god. Please go away. Please do not exist anymore. Jesus fucking Christ. Guys, I promise you. I promise you. Literally called a Wormface. All right. I was taking a break. I was taking my second of 2 breaks. We will check out our new tiers here in just a second. My second of 2 regularly scheduled breaks that I normally take during my approximately 3-hour recording session. And during that break, I was thinking, man, what are we going to call these guys? What are we going to... I guess we'll call them worm faces. Because they've got worms on their faces. Turns out I should be naming all the FromSoft enemies, apparently. Finish the thought on the Celia hideout or hideaway. I think we talked about this before, but the reason... This is a very, very quick sidetrack, but the reason... Where the hell is this thing? It's way over here. The reason that I walked straight up, straight directly to the exact point where there is a sus cave wall is because it was directly behind that gravestone. The gravestone where that battle mage is hanging out. Like if you were to put your back up against that gravestone and walk directly away from it, you would go to the sus wall, wouldn't you? That's how my brain works. I promise you this is 100% blind playthrough. And that is our introduction to the biggest of the worm faces. And so why don't we check out... Holy crap. I'm so glad that we did not get grabbed. That's the thing it's bad enough they have death. Why do they get to go around giving you big death hugs? Not... That should be illegal. Speckled Hardtier boosts resistance and heals status in mixed physic. Is that going to work against death? The resulting concoction temporarily raises all resistances and heals all status ailments. There we go. There we go. If we are super concerned about death, that's an interesting one to consider, but is it worth a slot in your Wondrous Physic? We also get a Crimson Spill Crystal tier, which temporarily raises one's maximum HP. Okay, so we can raise our... We have one for stamina, like this, but we can also temporarily raise our maximum HP. Okay, okay. I feel like I really like the ones that boost our damage. The ones that boost a particular element of damage. Man, there's 4 of these guys here. The ones that produce that boost a particular element of damage as well as like strength or faith, I feel like that is the ideal setup, or the setup that I gravitate toward the most. We got a lot of runes, or we have enough probably to level up, but let's go ahead and examine the candle holder spirit here, who is going to... Where is this guy going to lead us, I wonder? Directly into the path of the oncoming worm faces. I am not close enough to this guy. Oh my god. Really? I do have to remember that Flame Grant Me Strength should actually work against these guys. Flame Grant Me Strength should do the trick. If that's worth. Would it boost my Black Flame enough for it to be worth? I wonder. Oh, that guy is making some serious headway. That Phantom is booking it. Okay, let's not worry about these guys then. I didn't think that Phantom was going to go this quickly. I feel like before they've moved at such a snail's pace compared to this, but this guy is making progress like you wouldn't believe. I think we cleared out this section of the ruins before, right? Now we're down. Yeah, he's just leading us down here to the Altus tunnel. That's the gimmick with the candle holders, is they lead you to a cave if you weren't already familiar with it. Have we had an instance where we have gotten directions to a cave that we haven't already known about. Has that happened yet in this game? So, not the most amazingly useful mechanic, at least for the Akinar playthrough. We'll wait it out here, though. We'll see exactly what this guy does. And maybe, in fact, it's a perfect moment for us to actually go into the Altus tunnel. Could be a thing. I feel like I might want to finish checking out these ruins. Let's make sure that we actually fully explore the ruins. Make sure there's no other chests or anything to find, since it does appear that those ruins stretch all the way to the north. But, oh man, I guess this is the Wormface episode. I don't know how much of a recurring enemy, how much more often we're going to be seeing Wormfaces in this game. Not looking forward to them being a... If this was the only time we ever saw Wormfaces, I'd be okay with that. You won't get any complaints out of me. At least we are learning that Black Flame is pretty decent against them. And if we have even, you know, more powerful... we just don't have too many God Skin incantations right now, do we? We have basically two. We can throw Black Flame on an armament, and that probably, you know, I remember that being a very limited duration. But it might be worth experimenting with. Poison bone darts. Are you supposed to poison these guys? That is a boar running directly in front of me that I somehow couldn't see. Okay, we got slugs, I guess. Slugs are here. Oh, what? It doesn't go through all of them? There we go. That's what I was wanting it to do. I'm fat rolling, apparently. Because I've been oozed. I think I was fat rolling because I had been oozed. There's the refill I was hoping for on my flasks from killing all the slugs. But that is a new mechanic, a new thing that I was like, wait, why am I fat rolling? What did I change in my gear that all of a sudden is making me fat rolling? I didn't change a thing. I got sludged. I got oozed. I got slimed. Congrats, you've been slimed. Okay, how much does this actually affect? Decent. Decent. But don't they still just die in 3 hits from a regular Black Flame? You son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Oh my god. Why did he not... Oh my goodness. These guys are going to be the literal death of me. Invigorating white cured meat. Does that cure death? No, it's robustness. Think I can craft that? Boy, oh boy. I'm going to be looking forward. I'm being thorough. My usual attempt at being thorough as we make our way through the Woodfolk ruins and trying to explore this sort of lower section here that is surrounding the minor Erdtree. But boy, am I going to be so glad when we finally get back to a different part of the Altus Plateau. I should have maybe stuck with exploring the area around the Grand Lift, because man, oh man, this shit. This is some stressful fucking shit here, let me tell you. I hate it. We're not even getting like a crap ton of runes because, you know, this is an area that we're probably overdue to have explored. Probably should have been here some time ago. That thing was gigantic. That thing was absolutely massive. Okay, that one's... What's going on here? That one aggroed to me so much more quickly than some of the others. Did it actually aggro to me, though, or was it attacking something else? There's also this scarab, which I want to deal with. But I also don't want to get death. Yeah, maybe he didn't aggro to me. I don't know what is going on here. We have the ability to summon. Why don't we bring the Jar White? That's right, the Jar White does all sorts of different elemental pots, including fire, lightning. Dude, naked dude has tricks. He's got tricks. He's a tricksy dude. Okay, now we're gonna have to. The scarab has flown the coop. So we're going to have to do a reboot here in a moment. Let's see if we can get some value out of Mr. Jar White before... And there he goes. He's out. He's gone. All right, what do we pick up here? Oh, shit. A Nomadic Warriors Cookbook. 19. Well, that's pretty interesting, considering my the theory that I had in my head of the nomadic cookbooks kind of being a signpost for exploration, giving you a clue as to, you know, where you're at in terms of overall progression. So this is a 19. Did we skip 18? We did not. So maybe we are right on schedule, folks. This allows us to craft a sweet raisin and a warming stone. We actually can craft warming stones now, huh? There's the warming stone, which we... It's a trickle heal. We should maybe be using it more. We can craft a whole bunch of them now as well. Sanctuary stones. And then what was the other one? I already forgot. What was the other one? My memory is bad. Sweet raisin. It's right next to the Roa raisin. Yeah, it's a bigger heal for our buddy, which we haven't really had to do because we haven't really been engaging in much horseback fighting. Because I kind of don't like it. It's too punishing when you get, you know, knocked off your horse. Or, yeah, basically you get knocked off your horse and you're like stunned for days. Okay, quick reset here to get our scarab back. Okay, I guess that's not, that wasn't exactly where I left the game off, but okay, we'll go with that. And this is a pretty weak scarab, so you are out of here. Oh my god, another golden Ash of War. It makes really supreme and logical sense that the golden stuff is here in the land of the Erdtree. Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It only makes the most logical of sense. Skill of the avatars. Oh, this is what the avatars do. The avatars who protect the minor Erdtrees, they jump up high into the air and crash down on the ground. The resulting pratfall, love that word, sends golden shockwaves in all directions. I at first thought it was going to do the whole golden laser beam light show that takes place, but it sounds like we get golden shockwaves instead. I want to try that. Definitely want to try that one. Oh, yeah. Didn't realize you were there. Boy, they can really be spastic when they want to. Yeah, this is why we have Jar White here, to just be a distraction. I'm apparently out of magic. Out of FP. Oh shit, is the death aura that he spawned, is that killing the slugs, or is that Jar White's doing somehow? Yeah, I think it was Jar White, actually. I'll see it in post, I'm sure, when I go to edit. Make sure we get a flask fill up. Very important to ensure that once we take out the remainder of the slugs, which apparently there's still at least one. There's actually two. And, well, there's more. There's more to get. We get some gravel stones. Ooh. The ancient dragon maybe has been around here. Lanciacs. Some signs of Lanciacs being around at some point. There's our fill up on our flasks. And oh my god, we get a beautiful looking shield, an icon shield. Okay. I forgot to turn my lantern back on after we rebooted the game. Very important, especially if we're going to be looking at a pretty shield. Should we put it on right now? It does appear to be a great shield. It doesn't have 100% physical damage negation though. What the? Come on, man. Come on, why you gotta do that to me? It actually is stronger physical attack, for whatever that's worth. Great shield, painted with a divine scene. The recipients of a blessed tear from the Erdtree, an item that looks back fondly on the age of plenty. The divine scene acts in and of itself as a sacred invocation, gradually restoring the carrier's HP. What was that I was saying about 100% physical damage negation being a drawback? We get a trickle heal. Screw everything. This is the best shield in the game. Look at this. That is a great piece of artwork. Who is the person? And is that like a sacred tear cup? The cup at the very bottom there? Is that a sacred tear? Or is it's waiting for the sacred tear, isn't it? The sacred tear is in free fall. And once it falls, it will become housed within the cup. Okay. We have how many different things could we have so many actual different things now that we could equip that have trickle heals. The Royal Remains has a trickle heal, but it's like you have to be at low health. And I've never figured out exactly what low health means in that context. But of course we have the trickle heal here from the Blessed Dew Talisman. It's a talisman slot though. We'll play around with this shield for a bit, but I think as much as I have fun with the trickle heals and memeing it up, there's no denying the power of 100% physical damage negation. Not to mention the increased damage negation and guard boost, aka stability. All that other good nonsense. The tower shield just is better, isn't it? Probably. I think that might do it. I think we might, well, as for the area that is just around the minor Erdtree, I think that kind of does it. And let's look at the. I think we dealt with big Wormface. We've, I think, gone through each of these little parts of the Woodfolk ruins now. We can maybe quickly head up here. Just get a quick... Man, why is it so foggy? Why so foggy? We've got the windmills. The windmill territory here is to the north. But otherwise, I think we have scoured the minor Erdtree surroundings. I'm sure there's some stuff that I have missed. I might not have gone exactly on this. There looks like there might be a road. We took the path down the bridge. We took the staircase, the sort of staircase down the bridge. I think what we will quickly do is we're going to go. I think I'm ready to respawn the enemies. Am I? Let's just go. Let's go a little. Oh, wait a second. Oh my God, I was standing. Golden seed number 2, folks. All right, 2 of 5. How embarrassing would that have been if I had warped away while standing directly in front of a golden seed? I know that proves it right there, that I have not explored this area with the true fervor and thorough tenacity that I like. And so we're gonna keep giving it a once over because it, you know, we're finding new stuff. And there's still these assholes that are alive. That's probably what we really need to do, is just make sure that we have cleared out every single wormy, golden tinged butthole. All right, I did briefly just ride around a little bit more here in the area around the minor Erdtree. I don't think I did not see anything else that I had missed immediately. I'm sure there's probably something there, as there are many things, as are always many things that are always missed and left behind. But I do think that's where we're going to, well, momentarily wrap up this installment of Elden Ring. But first, we are going to go to both of these. Oh, it's called the Bower of Bounty. That's a new word. That's a new word that I'm not familiar with. What is a bower, pray tell? I have a guess. Is it like, it's like another word for a valley? No, never mind. It's a bower. One who bows or bends. I was pronouncing it wrong, right? No, a bower. It is bower. Wait a minute, hold on. One who bows. Oh! I was thinking like an archer. I read that wrong. It is one who bows or bends. It's also an anchor carried at the bow of a ship. Or it's a muscle that bends a limb, especially the arm. The Bower of Bounty. Interesting. All right, we're gonna rest. And we're gonna, before I forget, we're gonna level up dexterity, because we just need 2 more. We're only at 16 dexterity on this screen, but our Source Seal gets us a nice boost. And we even get an extra tick of damage there on our gargoyle sword, so that's cool. We're also going to head to the forest spanning Great Bridge. It's not really spanning a forest anymore. Its forest spanning days are perhaps behind it. I forgot there's a merchant here as well. Okay, what I was gonna do is I was coming to this spot to rest at the site of grace. I just wanted to see if Melina was gonna show up. But we forgot about our musical merchant.
Oh dear. I'm terribly sorry. Are you here as a customer?
What you got for sale, buddy? You got some stone sword keys. Not an immediate need of those. Ancient Dragon Apostles Cookbook. Lightning pots and roped lightning pots. Definitely want those. That's where our Fulgur Bloom, I'm sure, is going to be going. You got arrows, you got bolts, you got lightning bolts. Literal lightning bolts. Used by worshippers of the ancient dragons. Tipped with a shard of gravelstone. Redcrest heater shield. Symbolizes red wings. You also have a scorpion kite shield. Blazoned with a yellow scorpion. A warning of surprise attacks and sudden strikes. There's also a crossed tree tower shield. What are the stats on this? Ooh. Ooh. Could be comparable to the current tower shield that we've been wielding. I think I will purchase that. There's also a tree surcoat. The tree insignia emblazoned on the front depicts the Erdtree. Wow, that is a much lower resolution depiction of the Erdtree than others that we've seen. It is a design beloved throughout the lands between. And then we've got some more intel. One involving unseen assassins and one about imp shades. This imp shades, have a feeling this might be about Mirage Rise. Some intel that once again is going to have already been dealt with, but that's okay. It is, we will still make that purchase next time. This is where we're going to,
Nothing that suits your taste.
not just yet. I will be returning to you next episode, my friend, with runes in hand, runes in tow. We have a sending gate to explore. We have so much more of the Altus Plateau. What a fantastically wonderful introduction. The Wormfaces, holy crap, did they throw me for an absolute, they were quite the curveball to throw into our episode here, starting off our adventure into the Altus Plateau, but I am so looking forward. We did get to talk to Melina. We got to talk to Bach as well. We got to ride the Grand Lift at long last. That moment, it felt like, had been on my mind forever, and it finally came to pass, and it did not disappoint. We've got a super cool trickle heal shield. That's really the highlight of the day, is it not? There's going to be a lot more to explore. Mount Gelmir one day, and the capital is growing ever closer. God, I love this game. Thank you all. Let's get the right view here. Let's get the Erdtree next to the Erdtree. Thank you all very much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.